With both the PlayStation Plus as well as Xbox Live Games with Gold titles being revealed for the month of March, it is time once again where we compare both services' offerings and decide on which one is better. Now, there's a little bit of a change with the month of March as Sony is no longer offering PlayStation Vita nor PlayStation 3 games with PlayStation Plus. Now, you might be thinking, hey, nobody really wants to play PlayStation 3 nor PS Vita games. However, there were select games, and usually every month you would see one or two titles that would be cross-buy with PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 4. Sometimes you'd have PS3 and PS4 games, but unfortunately that will no longer be the case, effectively lowering the amount of games you are getting every month from 3 or 4 to 2. Now, hopefully this will increase the quality of the games that we get each month, and I do have to say, with the month of March, Sony is offering 2 high-quality games. However, they are at an inherent disadvantage when going up against games with Gold because you have 4 games that are all playable on the Xbox One. But we still have to assess it for what it is, so without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's start off with the PlayStation Plus offerings. First up, we've got a great puzzle game, The Witness. The Witness was a game done by Jonathan Blow, and he was most known for the iconic indie game in Braid. And I don't know if The Witness is quite as good as Braid. Braid is one of the best games of all time. I really don't think it's hyperbole in saying that. But The Witness is a terrific game as well. You awaken alone on a strange island full of puzzles that challenge and surprise you. You can't remember who you are, and you don't remember how you came to be here, but there's one thing you can do: explore the island in hope of discovering clues, regaining your memory, and somehow finding your way home. The Witness is a single-player game in an open world with dozens of locations to explore and over 500 puzzles to solve, and they're all intricately designed. The game respects you as an intelligent player, and it treats your time as precious. There's no filler. Each of those puzzles brings its own new idea to the mix. The Witness has an 87 on Metacritic, and it's generally just a very well-received game, so as a puzzle game offering, that is definitely nice. And what I really like with the Plus offerings for the month of March is we have a game that really contrasts The Witness in the other offering, and that is Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. I always like it when they offer us a single-player experience as well as a multiplayer experience, and in this case, you have a high-quality single-player game, and I have to say you have a high-quality multiplayer game as well. Yes, it's a Call of Duty game, but it's Call of Duty 4 Remastered, and this was a game even on sale on the PlayStation Store during their variety of different sales. It would only go down to like $30, so this is a free offering for Plus subscribers. That's a big deal. And inherently, as a Call of Duty game, this game is best played with a couple of friends, and now all your friends need to do is have PlayStation Plus to acquire the game, and you can all jump in together. And not only that, of course, the multiplayer component is the most iconic part about COD 4, but there's also a great single-player campaign here as well. It's Call of Duty 4 single player. It started off the Modern Warfare trilogy's campaigns, and it's just really well done. Of course, the campaign isn't anything to write home about in terms of longevity and length, but what you get for that 4 to 6 hour experience, it's quite good as well. The multiplayer, they do introduce some changes in the game, and not all of them are absolutely great, but the fundamentals of COD 4 are still intact, and what you'll find is a very compelling multiplayer experience. I know this is a game that a lot of you guys do also have, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Infinite Warfare, the Legacy Edition of that, has been available pretty cheap just on the PlayStation Store. If you wanted MW Remastered standalone, for whatever reason, they were charging $30, but you could regularly find the Infinite Warfare Legacy Edition for like $20. Still, Modern Warfare Remastered alongside Witness, that is a great offering, and MW Remastered has an 83 on Metacritic. Now, again, we only have 2 games to go over for the Plus offerings, but they are 2 high-quality games. The Witness is a great puzzle game, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered acts as a great game to contrast with that being a multiplayer title, but The Witness will cater towards a different audience, and if you're just an open-minded gamer, you can check out both games and have a great time. I think as far as getting 2 games go, if we can continue getting quality like this, that would be a good thing. Hopefully the quality will just only incline, and you'd have to think how this factors in with PlayStation 5 as well. Will there be PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 games when that time comes to pass? We'll find out, but for now, you get to check out MW Remastered and The Witness in March. Now again, even if the quality does heighten, you are inherently at a disadvantage with 2 games against 4 with games with Gold, and let's check out the games with Gold titles. First up, we have Adventure Time Pirates of the Enchiridion. Yes, it's an Adventure Time game, and it's a very traditional RPG with a lot of your typical RPG elements. If you're an Adventure Time fan, there's definitely a lot of charm to get into. The combat is incredibly easy, and if you're relatively adept at video games, this isn't going to give you much of a challenge, but still, as a charming game to get as an addition, not the highlight game of the month, but definitely one that even if you yourself don't play it, if you have a kid, if you have a younger sibling, if you have a niece, nephew, whatever the case may be, it's a game that definitely adds to the lineup. And Adventure Time Pirates of the Enchiridion has a 66 on Metacritic, so definitely not the best received game, but again, if you're just getting this game as a fan of the IP, I think that Metacritic score will really go by the wayside. The next Xbox One title is a pretty interesting game in that it's a high quality game, however, it's a little bit disappointing as a gold offering, and let me explain why. We're getting Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Now, this is a great game. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare has just become a very compelling franchise. I would have never expected a series like this to really gain as much traction as it has, but it's a really great game, and if you're playing with a couple of friends, even better. And again, as a multiplayer offering, all you have to do is be a gold subscriber and all your friends can jump on. The issue is that a lot of you guys also have Origin Access subscriptions, and this game is available as an Origin Access subscriber, so that's a little bit disappointing. I don't really like to see crossover in all of the different subscription services because that seems a little bit lazy, whether it be EA Access games being a part of Games with Gold, whether it be Game Pass titles being a part of Games with Gold. I'd like to see each service having distinct offerings, but I get that that's a little bit hard to do because you can only have so many different games on each service. Still a pretty nice offering, and if you're not an EA subscriber, hey, it's definitely a good one to check out. So on top of the Xbox One games, we do have an Xbox 360 game to go over, as well as an original Xbox title, and of course, both are fully playable on the Xbox One thanks to backwards compatibility. First up, the Xbox 360 title is an absolute home run, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I absolutely love this game. It's very different than your traditional Metal Gear game in that it's a fast-paced action title. It was developed by Platinum Games, so if you know what they're all about fast-paced action games, and that's absolutely what you get out of Metal Gear Rising. It's fast-paced, it's high-octane, it's got some great music, some of the better rock music that you're gonna find in a game. The only downside to Metal Gear Rising is that, yes, it's a very, very short game. I'm saying if you're a decent player, you can complete this game in literally 3.5, 4 hours, and if you speedrun the hell out of it, maybe even a little quicker than that. But if you play at a harder difficulty, of course, it'll be a little bit longer, but it's just a very short game. But again, it's definitely packed with quality, so sometimes length can be foregoed, and in a case like this, I think it can. And as a Games with Gold offering, it's not like you're paying $20 for the game, it's just coming with your subscription, so I think this is a great addition, and it's a game that a lot of you guys might have missed out on. Maybe you're a little off-put by it because it's so different than your traditional Metal Gear title, or if you're a newcomer to the Metal Gear franchise, you don't really even need to know anything. You just go into Metal Gear Rising expecting a great action game, and you will be thoroughly impressed. It's got an 82 on Metacritic, and I think a lot of that just comes down to the short length of the game, but a well-deserved score. And lastly, as your original Xbox title, we've got Star Wars Republic Commando. Star Wars Republic Commando obviously is a game that's shown its age a little bit. You could be a part of an elite squad of soldiers in Star Wars Republic Commando, play as one of the team of Republic troops. In the time between Star Wars Episodes 2 and 3, your squad will be assigned a variety of different missions ranging from a hostage rescue to assassination on many recognizable worlds from the Star Wars universe. There was a multiplayer component, but of course, as an original Xbox game, you're really just getting into this for the single player component, and the single player was received pretty well, although it was a little bit on the shorter side. But again, short games, if they're gold offerings, I don't think they're a big deal because it's not a gigantic investment, and I imagine this is a game that a lot of you guys will have some nostalgia with as well. Star Wars Republic Commando has a 78 on Metacritic, so that wraps up the Games with Gold offerings. Both services, I would say, have strong lineups for the month of March. However, you really have to go back to the fact it's 4 versus 2 games. Even though I think Modern Warfare Remastered and The Witness are stronger offerings, just on the basis you are getting 4 games, and Metal Gear Rising is terrific, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is really good. Even though it's an EA Access title, you get those 2 high-quality games. Star Wars Republic Commando is going to be a good time, and even Adventure Time Pirates of the Enchiridion is going to be a game you can get lost into for a little bit, especially if you're a fan of the IP. Gotta side with Games with Gold for the month of March, but I do think it's a debatable month. It's just going to be an uphill battle for plus against Games with Gold when you have 2 games going up against 4. That's going to conclude this video. Let us know your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Sound off in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.